Hi there. You're watching Sipping Off the Cup on Tequila Aficionado Media. You might be listening as well on the Spotify. I'm Mike Morales here in San Antonio. That gentleman out there is.
Eric Zandona in Vancouver, Washington.
And Eric and I have really, our palates have taken a beating if you've been watching this whole thing. We've gone through five different expressions in like one sitting, okay? Which
Yeah.
is rare for us. But we have been dissecting and enjoying, for the most part, Encantadora.
Yeah.
Now, this is the Cafe Fino. It's 100% agave joven tequila with and it's with espresso and stevia.
Mm-hmm.
So this is at a lower ABV, right, Eric?
35% or 70 proof.
Right. So it's somewhere in the vein of uh, somewhere between liqueur and it's almost like Mexican bottling, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, this is well in the range of like liqueur range.
Right.
Liqueurs I think, are pretty much anything between like 20 and up.
And up. Yeah. Now this one, this is not your. I'm going to tell you right now, the nose is not your average coffee liqueur. Okay, if you're well, here, let's just pour it. Okay, let's just pour it, and then we'll give you into stats and stories. I'm pouring mine in a Bermioli. I think I'm overdressed for dinner. Luigi Bermioli. Those aren't cheap, ladies and gentlemen. Um, and Eric's got his handy dandy Glencairn.
Yeah.
It's dark. It's black.
Yeah.
And Eric, I know you like to smell the cork. This is a synthetic cork, by the way. They're all synthetic. The insides are. We don't know what the tops are made of. I'm going to say it's a compressed agave, but I don't know.
Yeah, quite possibly. I mean, looks can be deceiving. It could be just some sort of mold of plastic, but it looks like a natural material.
Yeah, it does. And judging from everything that we've tasted so far and what the brand has stood for, I would venture to say it's some sort of natural composite of something. I'm not
Yeah.
sure what it is.
So I mean, so it's a Joven tequila with espresso and stevia, and the espresso comes through really well. So okay, so I don't have a lot of experience drinking Cuban coffee, but I have a hunch that that's sort of the flavor profile that they were going for, because I know that Cuban coffee tends to have a lot of sugar
Right.
and a lot, or I should say, a lot of sweetness to it. They really like their sweetness.
Well, because the coffee's so damn strong, dude.
Right,
I mean, that's why you Cuban coffee and a cigar. The
right,
Cubans get it right. That's probably the best pairing you could have is
yeah,
Cuban cafe cubano with a
uh-huh.
cubano. All right,
Yeah.
you know.
So they're using stevia, which means, they're trying to have less sugar, but still some sweetness. But just the aroma of it, definitely there's the coffee there, but there's some like vanilla, hazelnut, something going on. Maybe it's like French vanilla coffee or hazelnut coffee, a little bit in terms of character. But I think that where that part is coming from is it reminds me of the somewhat of the butterscotch that we got from the Joven tequila, plus the coffee, plus maybe the stevia. But I mean, it's really inviting.
Stevia on its own, if you've ever had it, and we use it as we were at one point using a agave syrup as a sweetener, but I got off of that a long time ago. And stevia seems to be it's a leaf, and
Yeah,
it seems to be the thing to use now. And it doesn't stevia doesn't have a heavy nose that I remember. It's more
yeah,
in the flavor.
yeah,
And you've already had yours, so what did you
yeah.
think?
So, I'm a little bit, my palate's a little bit confused, in part because of the last spirit we had.
Yeah, yeah. Now you're right about the butterscotch and the hazelnut, and that is coming from the Joven. And as I told you when we
Yeah.
did the Joven, that you're going to have to. The Joven is a combination of the Blanco and the Ultra Añejo, and once we had the Ultra Añejo, we refer back to the Joven, and it explained a lot. Okay, so this is being made with the Joven.
Yeah.
Where that's where the nose is coming from.
Mm-hmm.
So and the it's really for me very it's not Bailey's,
No.
it's not Starbucks, it's
No.
not anything that I've had.
Not Tia Maria.
Yeah, it's not Tia Maria, but it could be. Well, Tia Maria has a subtler nose, as I remember. But the one that we have had that was espresso is Avion, and it's very well made. But this does not. It doesn't have the sweetness that you think that a coffee liqueur has.
So this is the interesting thing is so there's some sweetness in terms of like the stevia, I think, and with the Joven that are adding to the sense of like that like we said hazelnut vanilla butterscotch thing.
Uh-huh.
But it doesn't. There's not a viscous sugar on your palate coating that you get from liqueurs. So I think they actually did a really good job with this because the flavors from the Joven are pairing really well with the coffee, and the coffee has got a really nice solid flavor to it. It's not bitter. It's, in my experience, it's really easy to go wrong with coffee in spirits because you brew the coffee wrong and then the whole thing kind of like falls apart. So
in by and large, some of these it's just burned coffee that they sweeten the hell out of it. So it's got that syrupy. There's no look at the body on this. Yeah. I could put this in an ice cube and have it like an iced coffee.
Yeah.
I literally would see this as an iced coffee. This is really coffee.
Yeah.
You know what I love?
That's why the lower proof is that they took espresso and they added it to the Joven, which was already at 40, and that brings it down a little bit more. So I think they did a really good job with this.
It's very unique, ladies and gentlemen. It will not be what you expect a coffee liqueur to be. In fact, they don't even call it that. They call it a café fino. So, this is more of an infused tequila.
Yeah.
With coffee, but I think it competes really well with, if you're sick and tired of those syrupy chocolate, the coffee liqueurs that are out there, and there's lots of them because they all have to compete in that coffee category.
Kahlua, obvious one.
Yeah, Kahlua. I think this is so different. There's nothing cloying. Okay, I'm going to dare you. Can we pair this with a cigar?
Yeah, I think you could. I think actually I think this would do fairly well with a cigar. The coffee flavor is, I think, strong enough to match well. And I think it could probably do well with a variety of cigars, whether you could go light or you could go dark with this in terms of Maduro or with a Connecticut and still be happy. Yeah, I think this is really, really nice. I think this is the way you use that flavor profile from the extra añejo. Really put it to use in this and create something really nice out of it.
Yeah, I think so too. Do we have a price point on this one?
Yeah. Let me look. Let me pull it up.
That's just lovely. All I smell is coffee. And you know what? This is so well done that I would love to see this in a mezcal. Because there are mezcal infused coffee infused mezcals. I'm just not sure. I've never had one. I know that they exist.
I mean, they do a ton of them in Oaxaca for the local market.
Did you ever have any while you were there?
Yeah. There's a million flavored mezcals for the local market. They're all over the place.
The coffee there you would get from Chiapas, right?
Yeah. Well, there's coffee grown in Oaxaca. A lot of it disappeared a few years ago because of leaf rust, but they have new plants coming in. There's more coffee coming out of Oaxaca now too.
Oh wow. I don't know where they're getting their coffee. That's one thing that I'm not sure of.
Yeah.
They've been very transparent so far. I think
Yeah.
the whole lineup is very health conscious and very
Yeah.
health forward and flavor forward.
Well, this is 54.99, and I think it's really nice.
Yeah, I do too.
So
I
I think this would work really well if you're interested in like at the end of a meal, a coffee nightcap, it's without the sugar. So
Yeah, I'm seeing this as the nightcap. We were talking earlier with some of the other one of the other infusions. It was café mexicano. Your café con piquete is you pour some of this in your coffee. Now you don't have to. You got it. This is the
Yeah.
best of both worlds. If you like to have a
Yeah.
little shot of something in your coffee in the morning or at night, I got your huckleberry right here, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the fact that there's no like cloying sweetness to it.
I do too. Every once in a while you get really tired of some of these, and I know that that's a selling point for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But in this case, if you're correct me if I'm wrong, Eric, but some of the most ardent tequila and mezcal people are just as enthusiastic about their coffee as they are about their spirit that they're
Yeah.
having. And I think this is right up there. This is if you are militant about your coffee, you're going to love this, man.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
this, I I don't know who their master distiller is, and I have a suspicion. I've asked. I asked the gentleman who actually brought this to my attention, the whole brand, and I'm hopefully they'll get back to me. I have a suspicion as to who the master tequilero is, because a maestro mezcalero, we know who he is.
Yeah.
But if it's who I think it is, and I'm not going to say right now, but that guy has, maybe it's a series of people. That guy or gal has done a hell of a job. I mean, every one of these has been a home run. Again, I think Brand of Promise nominee. And this is in the coffee infused tequila category because it's not a liqueur. It's definitely tequila.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Are you pleasantly surprised?
I am. Because like I said, I've had a lot of experience with coffee spirits and coffee liqueurs, and they can go bad so many different ways. But this is really nice.
Yeah, they can go overboard really quickly, and it won't take long.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's our take on the entire Encantadora line. Congratulations to Alexa Ava, I believe is her first and last name. What a brilliant line all the way across. The Ultra Añejo we had a problem with, but that's just us. You might
Great
not.
packaging.
Yeah, love the packaging. It's been nominated in several categories. This one for sure. You have been watching and listening and sipping off the cup on Tequila Aficionado Media on all of our networks. I'm Mike Morales here in San Antonio, that gentleman who is really giving you your palate a workout today, pal.
I'm Eric Zandona in Vancouver, Washington.
You have been watching, listening, sipping off the cup. Again, if you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe, hit that notification bell as well, so that way you get notified every time we upload a video. And we're going to upload a ton of videos this year because we are so far behind. I can see my ass. Okay. If you're listening to us on Spotify and iTunes, please subscribe there as well, and anywhere else where you download your podcast. And whatever you do, tomar sabiamente.
Sip wisely.